Greetings, beloveds. I wanted to communicate with you today about two important issues, and I thank you for taking a few moments to watch this video. We are now 6 months into this unprecedented pandemic. We have needed to make many unexpected changes in our lives and in our life as a congregation. It's important to take a moment to hit the pause button and take stock of where we have been and where we are today. But I'll come back to that in just a moment. Right now, I wanted to mention that we are less than 50 days from the most historic and consequential election of our lifetimes. Some say we're in the battle for the soul of our democracy and for the soul of our nation, and I could not agree more. At this moment, we are approaching 200,000 American deaths from COVID, a great majority of which scientists and medical experts tell us could have been saved if action had been taken much earlier and if information had not been willfully hidden from the American people, as Trump has openly admitted he did. And let me be clear. I would call out this injustice regardless of party affiliation of whoever is responsible. But make no mistake, lives could have been saved. Lives could be being saved right now were there not such a leadership void. Instead, the wearing of masks and social distancing and life-saving measures have been politicized, causing the virus to spread out of control. Trump even made the unconscionable choice to hold a rally of over 5,000 people, most unmasked and undistanced, right here in our own region, opening the door to a super surge of the virus. A battle for the soul of our nation indeed. I cannot and will not tell you who to vote for in any contest, but I will ask you to vote your heart and your conscience. As justice seekers, as Unitarian Universalists, as spiritual people, as believers in the inherent worth and dignity of every person, we must get off the sidelines in this election. We must be about good trouble, as Senator John Lewis would implore us. We must make calls and donate and make sure all of our friends and family double check their registrations to vote. And we must do everything we can to prevent voter suppression. Many of you are already engaged in working locally and regionally and nationally on this election. 2 weeks ago, I participated in a phone bank with UU The Vote. It was a fascinating experience with the training and making calls, and I have to tell you that I did not talk to a single person who was already registered to vote. The calls with UU The Vote are about making sure folks are registered and have what they need to be able to vote. I invite you to join me in this and in all the ways you can to work on this election. I'll be making calls with UU The Vote between now and the election. I invite you to join me. I invite you to engage in this election beyond your comfort zone. Comfort to courage. The soul of our nation and our democracy are at stake. We need our spiritual community for undergirding, for strength, for courage, for spiritual grounding, and for support in these days and going forward. Much has changed in these last few months about the way that we are spiritual community together. So it's an important moment to hit the pause button, to recognize these changes and their impact, what we have lost, what we have gained, what it looks like to go forward in these times. We will do that these next 2 Sundays as part of our worship services, and I invite you to make it a priority to be part of these important conversations the next 2 weeks. As always, I look forward to making good trouble with you in all the ways that we can. Thank you for being such an amazing community and for watching this video.